I feel like I'm being like attacked by like tiny fluffy puppies. They're everywhere. They're so cute. I have like 3. Actually, I have 5. My doggy just had a bunch of puppies. So if you are in the tri-state area, that is Abuja, Kaduna, Jos, and you'd like a puppy, just reach out to me. They're like super fluffy and they're super sweet too. All right, let's get into this video, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jenna Diaries, and as you guessed it, I am Jenna. If you haven't been here before, please feel free to like, subscribe, and join the diaries. So today I have with me a furry friend that's going to help me bring out my points in this video. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do that. I think they're just mostly support animals. Like, he's helping me more than I'm helping him. He just doesn't know that yet. So the title of this video is, will I say advice, or I don't know, just tidbits I wish I knew in my 20s, and I felt like I wanted to share that with you guys. If you're in your mid-20s or you're in your early 20s, I feel like this is for you. So sit down, grab a cup of tea, wine, or coffee, whatever your poison is, and let's get into this video. So advice, regrets, all of that good stuff that I would tell someone in their early 20s or mid 20s. Number 1 is invest in your relationships, and I mean your relationships with your family, with your friends. You could, if you have a partner, you could invest in that relationship as well, because in the long run, these are the things that will serve you. I had a ghastly accident like in sometime in my mid 20s, and honestly, one of the things, like, it was like full-on near-death experience. If I have pictures, I'll put them here. It's pretty graphic, sorry, but yeah, it was pretty full on. The main thing I learned from that entire experience was that I need to put more time into like my family and my friendships, and you can do this in different ways. Just calling, checking in on people, making sure everyone is okay from time to time. You know, I know it's like, yeah, I'm one of those people that believes in like low maintenance friendships. You know, we don't have to call all the time and check in on each other all the time, but it's good to make it a habit. I'm sorry about the kids, neighbors, I'm outside. But I do feel like it's necessary for you to make it like a habit to like check in on your friends from time to time, make sure everyone is okay, check in your family, like have honest, real conversations, and you know, remember people's birthdays. It's really that simple. Something as little as remembering people's birthdays, it really just, it makes a big difference. All right, and I mean, and these days it's so simple. You know, there's Facebook, there's calendar, and all of those, Google Calendar, and all of that. So it's pretty easy to be able to remember people's birthdays. You know, so I mean, my number 1, and I feel like very important advice in navigating Earth, is remember people's birthdays. His birthday was like 6 weeks ago. I hope I remember. So number 2, when it comes to your career, your job, what it is you want to do to make money in life, you know, I really want you to take some time to actually figure out what you're passionate about and do that thing. Like, most of us already went to school, or not most of us, but a lot of people went to school and they didn't do courses that they wanted to do. They became lawyers and doctors and all this very fancy stuff because, you know, they made sense. And it's okay. It's okay if you want to do something that just makes sense and is safe. But at the same time, I feel like if you are passionate about something, it's quite fidgety. If you're passionate about something, I feel like, you know, you should do that, because in the end of the day, no matter what it is that you find yourself doing, there's always going to be that missing thing. You're always going to be missing out on something. Like, you're always going to be longing for something, and that is because that's like an innate passion in you. And I feel like it's something worth taking time to actually figure out, what am I passionate about? What am I enthused about? What do I want my whole life to be about? Because you're going to spend a huge part of your time doing the work things and the career things and the job things. So you might as well take your time and figure out what that is that you actually love, that, and find a way how you can make money out of it. Number 3 is practice your yeses and your nos. Okay, oops, I think that was too fast. It started shaking. Okay, so practice your yeses and your nos. Okay, and what am I saying? And I like, be strong-willed. You know, just be true to yourself. Don't just go with the flow. Everybody's having shots this evening. Okay, I want shots too. If you want shots too, fine. But if you don't want shots too, say no. You know, that extra 2-3 shot ain't gonna do much for you, or maybe give you a hangover, or you might have the best time of your life. I don't know. But for real, I feel like practice your yeses and your nos. If there's something that you don't want to do, no. And I feel like, in fact, maybe it's harder to say no than it's harder to say yes. So I would say practice your no's more, and practice your yeses too. Just be more affirmative and say it with your chest, people. Say it with your chest. Okay? My fourth tip is actually kind of connected to my second point, which was about like careers and jobs and stuff. So that is learn a skill. That skill could be a tech skill, something you do with your hands. I don't know, you want to be crafty, you want to learn something you can do online. Learn a skill. Trust me. You see the recession that we're about to get into, the economy, the way it shook us. I didn't know this was going to be the 2020s. I thought it was going to be, nice, bubbly, light, technology, vamping, everybody's having a good time, but it's not. So I feel like take some time to actually invest in it. And a lot of these skills, you take like 6 months to a year, learn a skill. All right. Like, I feel like one of my problems is I have too many skills. I have skills from like graphic design, video editing. I produce things with my hands. I can be an artist. Like, do something, learn a skill, because sometimes trust me, you gonna need it. You gonna need it. One day the boss gonna call you and you be like, hey, we're downsizing. We have to reduce the people in the company. Sorry, Janice, you're out. What are you gonna do? So learn a skill and try to save. Learn a skill and try to save. I don't know, try to save just kind of came out of nowhere, but yes, that's also really good advice. So my number 6 advice is try to save as much as possible. I would say try to invest, but I feel like that's something I'm watching people in their 30s do, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get into that. But if you can invest, fine. I'm not gonna go into details on that because I'm not well informed on that. But savings, try to save. Try as much as possible to save, because it's going to help you. You might eventually put that money into the skill you want to learn, or a trip you want to go on that's going to blow your mind and open your mind to these new experiences. Yes. Which brings me to my next point is travel. Travel, even if it's locally. People I know funds are tight. I know, but I feel like if you can, try to put it in your budget to travel. Go somewhere new, experience something new, immerse yourself in a new culture, eat their food, speak their language a little bit if you can, So yeah, my next point is travel as much as you can and immerse yourself in your 20s as much as you can in other people's cultures. My 7th point is to date with intention. Okay. I know this is a controversial topic because, there are those that, they have their moments and they want to, what's the thing that is called? They want to test the waters. They're going through their whole phase. There's all of that great stuff, I don't know. I never really had a whole phase, I would say. I'm not a prude, but I would say try to date with intention. I feel like it goes in hand with invest in your relationships, because I'm one person that I like to know the people with intimately, just how they work, how they tinker, and all of that. I feel like sometimes in the process of learning people, you learn a lot about yourself. So I feel like date with intention to do what? Obviously to settle down. But I mean, if that's not your prerogative, you don't want to do the whole family thing, have a bunch of little babies and puppies or whatever, then it's okay. That's fine. That's cool. But it's something I would advise to have one kind of serious relationship. And if the person isn't giving you the vibes, that's a different video. That's a relationship video. You best move on, guys. Don't waste your time. In fact, that is the summary of all of this, or the cherry on top of all of these advices. Do not waste your time in your 20s worrying about people, worrying about shit that doesn't even matter. Just do things you're passionate about with intention, live vicariously, travel, eat well, and figure out things that you love, your passions, your drives, and all of that. And yes, in case you are still wondering, I am still fighting that cold. Yep, I still have that cold. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm kind of maybe this is my voice now. Maybe I'm going through a second or third puberty and this is my voice is cracking. Anywho, so let's get into the next chapter of this video. So I have this little write-up here about like how it feels like going into my 30s, because I am turning 30. You know, these are my turning 30 diaries.
Oh my god! Wow!
if they make sense. But yeah, going into my 30s, I've been feeling more grounded and more rooted and guided. Like, I know what I want, but I'm okay with not having all the answers. I'm growing in my relationship. Oh my god, he just tried to kiss me. Okay, sorry. I'm growing in my relationship with God, and I also want a better relationship with my loved ones. I want to live more authentically, staying true to what I love, and hoping that showing reckless abandon to societal expectations will pay off. Whew, you see that part I said about reckless abandon? Because truth is, we have so many expectations from ourselves, from society, from our families, you know. But I really want to live like a very true and authentic life. I feel like my 20s, I did play it a little safe, you know. I don't know. I feel like it's controversial. Some people may say not, but I feel like I played it a little safe, and you know, I don't want that for my 30s. I mean, I want to just do things that I love and shoot my shot in businesses with ideas that I have, and just take risks and see where that takes me. Overall, I feel like I'm looking at this new season like as a kairos moment in my life. Like, I think I told you guys about those kairos moments, and you know, I'm just looking forward to this new season with my lover, with my hubby, with the new babies and puppies. They're so cute. They're so cute. They're all just lying around in front of me. It's adorable.
Also, I think something noteworthy to add to this video is that if you can afford to have a pet in your 20s, please do. They're just breaths of fresh air, and like they really do help with your sense of responsibility, that, you know, nature versus nurture kind of thing. I feel like if it's something you can afford, they're usually low maintenance, so definitely think about it, and definitely, you know, grab yourself, even if it's a goldfish. They help.
You know, and I'm feeling pretty optimistic, you know, and full of life and full of vibrance and full of hope. I just believe everything is going to work out, inshallah. You know that verse that goes, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight, you know. So really, that's my MO for like the 30s, you know. I feel like I planned a lot in my 20s. I was always organized, always planning 2-3 steps forward and all of that. And that's great. You know, you want to be an organized person, but at the same time, you need to leave room for grace. You know, you need to leave a lot of room for like grace and randomness, and you know, just puppies popping out of nowhere. But yeah, you need to leave a lot of room for grace and God, you know, to just do his thing and basically make your path straight. And another thing I would advise you as you go into, like, you course through your 20s, is to write your vision and just make it plain, and you know, like, see it out there, put it down like a vision board. Most part of my 20s, I always had like a vision board, and I was always able to achieve most of the things I put there. Obviously, I didn't just take pictures and put it on my board and I'm looking at it. You know, you have to actually take steps to that, you know, create systems that will take you there. So anywho, I feel like I'm rambling now, so without further ado, I hope you learned something from this video. I am Chester. Is Chester a nice name? What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm either thinking PJ because his mom's name was Panda, so we're thinking like Panda Jr. or PJ. So bye, see you guys in the next video.